Hello, how are you? Well, again, the spring is approaching in the city where I live, which is in the central part of Japan. But of course, people who live in the southern hemisphere, of course, you are going to have winter coming pretty soon. But before that, of course, autumnal, if your area or their areas had the 4 seasons. Okay, now the first idiom for today is to waste usually one's breath. Like my breath, or your breath, or their breath, or his breath, or her breath, or its breath. Of course, it means to save one's breath. Means to lose time talking in an well, I would say ineffective effort to convince someone of something or to waste no words. Okay. For example, oh, don't argue with Judy any longer. You are only wasting your breath trying to, get her to agree with you. Don't you know those kind of people? For example, I tried to convince her that she was good, but I could see that I was only wasting my breath because she's always so negative about herself. So she would not agree with me. Okay, well, a good colleague of mine told me to stop wasting my breath, saying, oh, save your breath. Don't even mention your illness to your boss because he will not give you the afternoon off anyway. That's, my colleague told me. So I stopped even trying saying that to my boss because either way, I would have to just keep continue working. My goodness, even I was sick. Have you been in such a situation? Okay. Now, the second idiom for today is to cut short. It means to make shorter or interrupt something. For example, the meeting was cut shorter when the guest speaker became sick. Yes. Another sentence, let's say, oh, the bad news from home cut my trip short. Then I had to go home to see what was happening back home. That means that news shortened my trip. Now, the last sentence is, let's say, if I have anything more to say, I have to cut it shorter as my time is nearly up. So I have to speak very fast or just only the main parts that I will speak out and forget about the details. Now, today's words. The first one is valiant. That means brave or courageous. For example, okay, Jack was valiant and faced the giant living up there, I think, on the clouds or some unknown kingdom. The giant was very mean and saying, fee, fi, fo, fum, I smell man, now I'm hungry, I'm gonna eat it. Do you know Jack with Bean's toe? That's the old English story. Jack who climbed up the beanstalk, and he found his father's possessions, like the bird which lays the golden eggs, or mysterious magic harp, or etc. Although he sold the last cow at the city when Jack's mother asked him to sell it, but he instead traded the cow with the beans. And his mother was furious with him and threw those beans outside. The next day, they found out that those beans sprouted and made a big stork going up the heaven or whatever. Okay. Oh, well, do you know any valiant women? We call them heroines. Heroes are men, heroines are women. But these days, well, in the future, those people like Mulan Fa of China, or Jeanne d'Arc, or in English, would be Joan of Arc of France, or let's say Joan Ruth Bader Ginsburg, known as RBG of the United States. For the matter, yes, Hillary Clinton to me, or Japanese Takako Doi, or Yuriko Koike, Tokyo mayor, or the first the government parliament women, Takako Doi, would be, I would say, the valiant women or heroines. But in the future, they might be called heroes, especially in the English language, which do not have the masculine form or feminine form like French or almost any other Indo-European languages, or like German has a neuter. So only thing that we still use like an author or authoress, waiter or waitress, but we no longer use something like a doctress or stewardess, right? Instead, we use just like a singer or teacher. We don't have singeress or teacheress, female form for teachers or singer. So in the future, it's gonna become almost the same, just like we don't use actress anymore. We just use actor or policeman, and we had policewomen, but today police person or chairman, the chairwoman today is the chair. So especially in English language, people started to use the one form for male and female. It might be a little bit difficult adjustments for the people who are old, like myself or some of you, but then people who are born this century, the 21st century born people, along with their education and the movement of the societies, it comes much easier for them and become rather natural in the future. So that's the language, especially the English language, is going. And along with maybe other languages might follow. Okay. The last word for today is partial. It means not complete, not total, just some part, partial. For example, many stores are having sales selection of their winter clothes, which are the partial selection of those stores, I would say. Or let's say, using a portion amount of energy is the key to survive the 3 to 4 days competitions in the gymnastics, which is very true. Okay, that's all for today. Take care of yourself and see you next time. Bye for now.